we've got some problems in this country. We've got a president who doesn't seem like he's all there. We have people who don't believe in math. We have other people who believe you can endlessly print money. We have people who believe the borders should be open. We have people who believe that boys are girls and girls are boys. We have people who believe that non-racism is racism. And we also have people who just flat out don't understand anything about anything. That would be the generous version. And the more cynical version would be that they want to destroy the whole damn thing. Here's Nancy Pelosi.
But we cannot allow the fossil fuel industry to use this as an excuse to reverse everything we're doing to save the planet. One of the things I think that the president may say, I don't have this as a fact, is that we will use the Defense Production Act to speed up diversification so that we're not so dependent on oil.
Okay, if you believe that alcoholic geriatric buffoon is up to the task of saving the planet, then I'd like to sell you a bridge. You can really see what's going on here. We now have this crisis, this war in Ukraine. No excuses for what Russia has done. You cannot invade a sovereign nation and just start killing innocent people. But because of this, over the last, say, month and a half or so, and it really started a little bit before because we had a slow motion entry into the war. Remember, for weeks, Biden kept saying, well, I think Putin's going to do it. And I gave him a list of things he can't do. And maybe he's going to do this or that. And, in 2 days, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. You can see what this is really about. And what this really seemingly is about at this point is crashing the American economy and ushering in this Green New Deal and getting us off gas and oil and fossil fuels and all of those things, which coincidentally is exactly what these people have wanted to do the entire time. So look, even if you hate fossil fuels, and if you really hate fossil fuels, there's a lot of things in your life you shouldn't be doing, okay? And petroleum's in pretty much everything in your house and your clothes and all of that stuff. But even if you absolutely hate fossil fuels, and even if you absolutely believe Greta Thunberg when it comes to climate change and all of those things, the idea that these people are competent enough to actually transition us off properly from the fuel, literally the fuel that has been fueling the economy and our culture and our civilization for 100+ years, really more than that, to their Green New Deal, to their idea of all renewable energy. And that is what will keep us safe and everything else. That they're competent enough to do that is really, really crazy. But they're now telling you that really is what this is all about. What does a government do? A government never lets a good crisis go to waste. And they're going, oh, we've got a war over there, so we are going to figure out how to usher in all the nonsense that we want to do here. But we've got Gay Pete. And I only call him Gay Pete because the only reason he has the job as transportation secretary is because he's gay. That's not just something I'm saying. That's what Biden said. We've got the first openly gay transportation secretary. We've got the first openly trans health secretary, deputy something, having nothing to do with his qualifications, because obviously he's not qualified. He was the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. That's pretty much all he's ever done. And that's a perfectly fine job, I suppose. But he knows nothing about transportation. But he's ushering in an era of equity and all sorts of stuff. And he really wants you to get rid of your car.
Our country was better positioned to handle it than many others. So less dependent on foreign oil, and that protects us from shortages at fuel stations. But here's the thing to remember. Even if all of the oil we use in the USA were made in the USA, the price of it is still subject to powers and dynamics outside of the USA, which means that until we achieve a form of energy independence that is based on clean energy created here at home, American citizens will still be vulnerable to wild price hikes.
No, lie, complete lie, Pete. What are you talking about? Even if all of our energy was made here at home, so all of our oil and energy was made here at home, we'd still be subject to wild price hikes. No, we wouldn't, because we have plenty of energy here. We just have not unleashed it properly. And it wouldn't be if we were energy independent, right? Something that there was that orange guy, I always forget his name, that he wanted to do. Then we wouldn't be so dependent so that if Russia invades Ukraine, we wouldn't see these crazy spikes. So that's a complete lie. But then he even furthers the lie. And this is what they do with everything. They lie about everything, and then they lie about that. His next statement is, in essence, we just have to get to clean energy. And if we can just have clean energy, then we won't be reliant on these spikes. But what are you talking about? If we have full oil energy independence, regardless of whether it's fossil fuels or whether it's clean energy, what's the difference? If we can do it all ourselves, then why would clean energy not have anything to do with the spikes, right? They just lie about everything. But again, this is the plan. So you've got Pelosi saying, you better let us do what we want to do because we got to save the planet. Then you have Pete just flat out lying, just lying about energy independence, and really then at the end telling you what he wants to do. It's not about energy independence. It's about moving us all to electric, okay? And by the way, the Joe Biden fella, the man pretending to be president, he's very excited because he might be able to save you $80 a month.
Under my plan, which is before the Congress now, we can take advantage of the next generation of electric vehicles that a typical driver will save about $80 a month from not having to pay gas at the pump.
Congrats, everybody. You're going to save $80 a month. Of course, you're going to have to buy an electric car, and even with whatever subsidies the government might give you, might is the key part there, electric cars still cost way more. Joe, I don't know if you know this, but a lot of people are hurting economically right now, okay? So, they're not looking to get electric cars. If you can get, say, a regular sedan, you can get a very sort of basic, simple sedan for, I don't know, $14,000. You can, they exist, right? You have to spend at least $50,000 on an electric vehicle. So what are we talking about here, Joe? Are you saying that these people have to take out huge loans forever? I thought you guys don't like loans either because you don't like interest or math doesn't work or something. So what actually are you saying, that you can save $80? Of course, this is the same guy who tweeted out on July 4th that the average American was going to save 16 cents on their July 4th picnic. So, I think you get the point.